My beginnings were in theater and then in social action, speaking out as a young activist in Washington, D.C. And when I would speak to groups, I could actually see how people are responding to it. Is somebody leaning in? Somebody nodding their head? Are they leaning back? Are they connecting to what I'm saying or not? So then how do I translate that into my other work? How do I translate it to film and television? Then I go into my artistic and creative process. How do I share this narrative? How can I share your narrative? Because my mantra is to entertain, uplift, and inspire. My art isn't about myself. It's not about me, it's about the audience. It's about the characters I play. Doing our activism, we need to create. And the ones who stifle that creativity, I firmly believe, and I've seen it, that's where depression sets in. That's where anxiety sets in. That's where our self-doubt sets in, because we're not fulfilling our inherent need to create playfully. That basic need to create and to share. No matter what you're creating, whether it's a painting, a photograph, a dance performance, a theater performance, a short story, a novel, whatever it is, there's creativity there. I very much believe and know the answer to that question, what is art? Everything is art. Now you addressed a financial aspect. We're in a capitalist society. The power is in your pen, in your hands, in your creativity to create that space. I very much believe that there's always a seat at the table for you. And if you don't see one there, bring your own frigging seat. Just grab it and bring it to the table and say, hey people, here we are. This is what I bring to the table because you need me. How does somebody respond to that? It's a struggle. That's how you break into those elitist circles. Create your stage and offer your stage, your platform, to the different organizations. The great artists that we know of, that we learn about in art history, had patrons, had people who were paying for them to do it. And those patrons got to say, oh yeah, I funded, Michelangelo or whatever artist. When we go back in time and we look at these incredible African sculptures, fertility gods, or Egyptian hieroglyphics, or potteries from archaeological digs in Israel, or whatever it is, we're looking at how they express themselves. People need you. My answer to your question started before you finished the question. It's all in your mindset. The more I was myself, the more I recognized and understood that the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So think about that. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. What is your unique thing that you bring to that one thing? What is that unique thing that makes you you with your approach to what you're doing there? And then think about how it relates to something else that you're doing. And that's a great way to start your brand statement. I am an XYZ artist who brings my identity into my creativity. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. Keep exploring that, and it continues to change. Because as we advance in life, our brand changes. How we are changes. Who we are changes. This is who I am. This is how I do my art. This is my art. This is why you need it. Hi, elected officials. We represent you. You don't only represent us. You need our art. And oh, hey, by the way, I really support your initiative. How about I create a mural project for it? Use my name on it. How about I create a video project, a dance performance that deals with the issues of police brutality on people of color, or the incredibly frightening amount of teen suicide amongst LGBTQ youth. This is a topic that you must deal with, that you are dealing with. This is how I can help you deal with it, through our creativity. They need us. We represent the society. Let your art be political, right? People are so afraid of that word now, but we forget that politics is public policy. If you want to say, oh, I care about human rights and equal rights, but I don't want to get political, you're already being political. Anything that pertains to our rights is political. Anything that pertains to our representation, the advocacy that our art does, is political. Because people are speaking about it, because people can vote about it, because people get elected due to it or due to the exact opposite of it. It's because you bring who we are. You bring who you are into your songwriting, into your poetry, and people connect to that, and then they see it, and then they will speak about the community that you're representing. Political art, activist art, advocate art. All of these themes connect. It's just like, who will bring your creativity into your life? Nobody will do it better than you. That's in our hands. We have to be empowered, we need to be active, and we need to activate others. That's why we're here. There's always a community that will support us. There's always funding that is there. There are people who have money who need to show that they're just giving the money for tax purposes. There are organizations who need to support artists and creatives like us to show that, oh, we supported an artist who's also showcasing our work. We supported a filmmaker. They needed to do that. So one, it helps them raise money through this video. Two, it helps them get money because they're supporting artists. I mean, it goes on. So create your work and connect to the people who you speak for. I challenge every single person in this room, do something artistically creative every day. It could be working on your brand statement, making it creative and fun. It could be a fun social media post. It could be creating a short film content, shot on iPhone here, writing a poem. Every day, do a little something. How are you an artist now? Keep creating. It's the same thing of when people say, oh, at these acting workshops I teach, people say, oh, I want to be an actor. So then why aren't you one? Well, because I'm not, act. If you want to be an actor, you must act. Create a play, do an Instagram video, do a YouTube, just do the thing. Be creative in order to be creative. So when you lose your voice, the only way you can find your voice is by opening your mouth. There are so many amazing people in this room who I know already. And I love collaborating. There are other people in this room who love collaborating. You can find me everywhere. I would be glad to continue the conversation with all of you. And you should also talk to each other. Everybody needs what we do. So keep doing the thing. Be creative. What was my line? The way to find your voice is by opening your mouth. It's a good line. Does anybody have any questions? Thank you so very much. You're all wonderful and amazing. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so first everybody get really tight and close. I love your hair. We are creating change, and so can you.